Are you looking to ramp up your fitness? Welcome to Midlife Unlimited, the podcast for women who want more. I'm your host, Kate Porter, the Midlife Metamorphosis Coach, and I'm delighted to be joined by my episode 96. I can taste episode 100. I can taste it. I can taste it. The fabulous Alexandra Johnson, founder of the Movement Hacking Project, to give a taste of our audio episode that's available now wherever you get your podcasts. How to use movement hacking in midlife with endurance sport. Packed with top tips, insights. I can't wait to catch up. Welcome, Alexandra. It is fabulous to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, there is, and it's one of those things we don't talk about enough. So we're talking about it here on Midlife Unlimited. There's a bit of a midlife rebellion going on, and I'm doing my bit. I'm taking part as always, because us women, we're shunning that old slow down, you're getting on a bit stereotype, aren't we? And we're taking 50 as a green light to take things up a gear. I've announced my six pack for 60. Well, I'm getting there. I'm doing my bit. 3 years to go. And you're on a mission, aren't you? You are on a mission for midlife women everywhere because we don't like the word guilty, but it does apply here. We underestimate ourselves and our bodies, don't we?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And I think we have to give ourselves a bit more credit. We are business owners, we are mums, we are um, sort of carers, and we sort of neglect ourselves a little bit. And as we get older, and certainly for myself, my children have left home.
Yeah, me
I
too.
have more time on my hands, so we're always looking for adventure. And even starting a business is a bit of an adventure, but sometimes we need to just step out of that. And I use sort of like my running as a little adventure, really.
I'm going to ask you to share some of it again, but the stories you tell and the anecdotes in our Fallen episode are amazing. And I think one of the first things to talk about is
Yes,
stories, because
yes,
in a lot of aspects, and I encounter it, and I mean, this is how movement hacking, why you've developed it, because you were told something when you were young,
yeah.
and you have turned that story on its head, haven't you?
Yes, yes. So I was born with a rare vascular condition called Klippel-Trenaunay syndrome, and it affects my left leg. So I have vascular abnormalities. I get blood clots. I have problems with my nerves, and my leg grew longer than my right leg. So I had a normal childhood. I just have this beautiful pink birthmark that starts at the bottom or on my foot and goes right up onto my backside. And
You can
I,
say that. Yeah.
okay. And then so I had the only thing that I really thought that was not wrong with me, but that I was different, was that I had a birthmark. That was all I knew until I was 13. And then I had surgery to stop my leg from growing. They don't do this surgery
Mm.
anymore. So that I had metalwork put into my leg, and then I was told that I would never have normal function with my left leg again. I wouldn't walk properly. I wouldn't be able to run. Um, I used to walk up and down the stairs. I couldn't lead with my left leg. I couldn't use my left leg
Mm.
properly. So for years, I just lived my life like that.
Yeah.
Um, I still tried to stay healthy. I still tried to stay fit. And then I lived abroad, and the metalwork, this was must have been late teens, and then or early sort of 20s, and I had the metalwork taken out.
You said it started to
And
break down naturally, or
no, I don't
oh,
really know what happened. It shouldn't, I don't think it should have come out, but
it did.
I
Yeah.
always see things as a sign.
Yeah.
I just take things as this was meant to be.
Mm.
Whatever it was meant to be, it was meant to be.
Mm.
So I had the metalwork taken out, and then sort of over time, I just had this thought in my head, and it was just like, well, if there's nothing physically in my leg anymore, what's actually stopping me from moving properly? What's stopping my leg from actually functioning properly? Why can't I run? Why can't I walk? And so the more I thought about it, I sort of came to the conclusion that it was my belief.
Yeah.
Somebody had put a story into my head, and I started living like that.
And you were like, that's true. That is the truth then. And this truth
Yes,
will run my life. I will live by this
yeah,
truth. Yeah.
exactly. And then I suddenly thought, well, actually, if let's see what I'm actually capable of here. So if it's just my belief that I can't do something, if I change the questions to myself, not in I can do this, but what if the questions were more like, what am I capable of doing? Let's see what I can do.
Yeah.
And so there's no pressure. It's just like, and then I learned how, I taught myself how to walk again. I taught myself how to ride a bike. I taught myself how to walk up and down the stairs. And then gradually over time, it was like, okay, well, I can walk now. So my
Now what?
questions then became, yeah, it became like, what's next? What else am I capable of? If I can walk properly and I can now ride a bike, and then I just started running. And the more I got into running, it was just like amazing. And then I remember watching this.
Because
I
I
was
say,
watching
a
Euro.
lot of us would have been like, great, I am grateful now. We're all grateful for our bodies
Yeah.
anyway. Now is the time to celebrate that our bodies have got us this far. They've got us to midlife.
Yes.
So let's stop underestimating them. So a lot of us would have gone, well, haven't we done well? We've got this far.
Yes.
We're going out running, pat ourselves on the back and not
Yeah. Well
settle.
done.
Yeah, well done. We've proved everyone wrong. Oh, look at that. Look at us. No,
Yes.
you didn't, did you? You were
No.
sitting there watching TV.
Yeah. So I was watching Eurosport, and I was watching this adventure. It was just, it was unbelievable. It was a race across the Sahara Desert, and it looked brutal. And it's called the Marathon des Sables, and it's a 7-day endurance race across the Sahara Desert. And it's self-sufficient, so they had to carry all their own food, all their own water. And I was like, yeah, I'll have a go at that.
You sadist.
And
I mean, is it a
so the
set
following year,
is it a set distance or is it as far as you can go or
no, it's a staged race. So each day is a different distance. So you start a little bit small, and then you build up. So there's a marathon day, there's a an ultra day, and then there's sort of
there are different things
distances
within it?
scattered
But
in
yeah, you,
between.
you
Yeah.
watched it and then you said to yourself,
Yes. Yes,
Alexandra,
please.
I think I'm going to do this.
Yeah, yes, I did. I did. And at that point, I didn't really understand what how iconic and how epic that event was, and what it has become now. There
Mm.
was no waiting list when I did it. I saw it and I thought, yeah, I'll do that next year. I did it that year. And I didn't really understand. What I know now is what I've learned over
Mm.
time. So I didn't really understand the nutrition side of things. I had a structured plan, but I didn't understand about coaching. I didn't go into a heat chamber or anything like that. I
But you
would
did adapt
sometimes,
your change. I'm so impressed with the fact you're like, right, what do I need to do? And you
yes,
didn't employ massively expensive
no,
coaches to help you. You actually thought,
no,
right, I'm going to figure
yes,
this out because that is what I love about
yes,
you. That is what you're all about. You
it
face a
is.
problem, no, not necessarily a problem. You're given an obstacle, maybe,
Yes,
and you think, okay, how am I going to get over it, round it, through it?
yes,
You figure it out. So
yes.
how did you figure out your training regime then?
I just had to run a lot. That's all I knew. And I knew that the desert was going to be super hot. So basically, what I did was I'd take my kids to school, drop them off at school, go home, put all of my
Oh,
running
you
kit
weren't at the
on.
school gates looking like Michelin woman.
Oh, no, no. I
That
have
would have
some
been,
pride.
yeah.
So I put all of my running kit on, and it's about building your core temperature. So I'd just go out running and just try and get as hot as possible. without stripping everything off. Luckily, we live in the UK, so it's not that difficult. I also used to go and sit in a sauna for a while, read a book. I know it's not the same as exercising, but it's just adapting, your
Yeah.
body just
It's
adapting
tolerance, I
to
suppose, isn't
it
it?
is
Yeah.
tolerance. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, it is about that. Because also I don't believe in um in not being able to do something.
Mm.
We have the freedom to do whatever we want, whatever we want. And I don't believe in I can't do this. I when I was growing up, we'd always say to my mom, "Oh, I can't do that," because there's no such word as I can't,
Mm.
because there isn't. We
Well, I
are,
love the three little letters that you can add at the end to really turn it around, and that is yet. If you find
yes,
yourself saying I can't yet, and that again sums you up because the next
yeah,
question is, okay, I can't do it right now. What
yeah,
do I need to put in place? Who do I need to speak to? What do I need to
yeah,
get? What do I need to invest in time wise, not necessarily monetary wise, but what do I need to tell myself to
yes,
shake myself out of this rut if you're in
yeah.
a rut? Isn't it? It's like,
100%, because we as women, we decide that we want to run a business. Some of us have never run a business before, but we do. You figure it out along the way. We learn from our mistakes, mistakes, and they're just experiences. It's the same with your body. When something, if you get injured, it's not the end of the world. It's information. It's like, okay, my body has told me something. What is it telling me? Well, it needs to tell me, well, why did I get injured? Because blah, 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 blah. So you look at all those things and you get answers, and
mm,
you can build yourself around that. And um I think when you become injured, it's a great way to then go, okay, what do I need to do? What does my body need? Because obviously I've done too much, or I've done this, or I've done that, and my body isn't, it hasn't actually, at this particular moment in time, it hasn't got the capacity
yeah.
to do what I want. So what do I need to give it to build that capacity and more? So
Mm.
it's always about asking questions and getting the information, whether it is from being injured or being tired, or, you know, I want to take on a challenge. Okay, what do we need? What do we need? What do I need? And then you almost reverse engineer it. So you have your, I want to run, let's, for argument's sake, let's say you want to run a marathon. Okay, I want to run a marathon. That's kind of my end goal.
Mm.
What do I need
Break it
to
down.
do to
Yeah.
get to that bit? So you break it down to everything, just right down to the point where you go, I just need a pair of running shoes.
Yeah. No, I
And
love
then
that.
you
I love
start
that
from
because
there.
and that works with so many different aspects of life. I mean, obviously, in
100%.
our full length audio episode, there are so many golden nuggets. There's so much advice. But one part of the conversation that I love because you and I are so on the same page about this
Yeah.
is the whole phrase age appropriate, which comes into play, I think, a lot with ramping up our physical activity,
Yeah.
particularly 50 plus. And I know age is just a number, but we're using that as a green light or red light, and we're taking the green light here. But it's about finding what works for you now. And as you say, I love the phrase giving your body permission as well, and yourself
Yeah.
permission.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think when we did the podcast, I sort of said, well, I hate when people say, oh, I can't do that because I'm too old. But who told you you were too old? You did. So
Yeah.
if you can tell yourself that you're too old, you can tell yourself that you're not that. You can
Or
reframe that.
you've been scrolling too
Yeah.
much on the old
Yeah.
Instagram or whatever, and you're
Yeah.
bombarded with people going, "Look at you with your grey hair. You can't do this. Who do you
Yeah.
think you are?
Yeah.
Go pipe down. Don't be so silly."
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, what do you really want? What do you want? What does Alexandra want? Well, I want to do this. Okay. What do I need to get there? And it's got nothing to do with age. I'm in my 50s and, I don't care about my grey hair. I'm quite proud of my grey hair,
I
actually.
love
But
mine.
yeah, it's amazing. But the fact for me, and I know this is going to sound a bit like not woo woo, but a little bit like weird, I guess.
Go
It's
for it.
like every time I've been running, every time I run and I come home, whether I've had a great run, whether I've had a shit run, I am always grateful. And I'm always grateful to my left leg because if I
Yeah.
didn't look after it, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. I don't know if we covered this in the podcast, but there was a long time that I hated my left leg. It was just like, it was almost like carrying a ball and chain around with me. It was just like, why have I got this
Did you
leg?
feel it
And then
defined you as well? Almost when people looked at you, they saw your
yeah,
leg before they saw Alexandra.
yeah. And, I was an elite triathlete and I was like, well, how can I be an elite triathlete when my leg is like it is? And there was so much negative. And then, I remember I think I was just having a conversation with somebody and I was telling them, they were asking me about the Marathon des Sables and all, I used to race at the 70.3 Ironman World Championships. And they were like, okay, so you did all of that with a leg that wasn't meant to be running. And I'm kind of like,
Mm.
oh, yeah, okay, maybe I should be a bit more grateful for the leg that I've got. Maybe I should love it a little bit more. So I do. I take care of, I mean, this was a long time ago. I take care of it. I love it. Um, like I said, every time I've had a run, I'm grateful that I've actually been able to run because my legs over as I get older, my leg gets weaker, and there's no cure for Klippel-Trenaunay syndrome or KTS. So what I do is I try and maintain where I'm at now, so it doesn't get worse. It is going to get worse as I get older, but I don't. I'm not looking at what happens when I get older. I'm looking at what can I do now? I can still run. I can still do this, and you know.
And
So
I love that because the viewers would be going, hang on a minute, Kate. You didn't jump on Alexandra just now when she used that word. You used the word should, but you just epitomized when I say
mm,
about the word should. When we use it, we need to ask ourselves, what am I saying? Am I
yeah,
saying someone else's opinion? Or is it a must? If it's a must, start doing it. And that's exactly what you did. You've just shown
yeah,
the flip side of the word should. When you're
yes,
thinking, yeah, I should do that. And you did. You started thinking, I need to be grateful more. And I love
yeah,
that. So listeners
yeah.
that on viewers, that's what I mean about the word should. It's not always a bad thing. Sometimes it's a little
No.
flag. It's a little like, oh, I should be doing that. Yes, you should be
Yeah,
doing
you
it.
should.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think if I had carried on neglecting my leg, I don't think I would still be, I don't think I'd be sitting here telling you that I'm running
Mm,
constantly and, doing my little mini adventures. I don't think I would have been able to do that because I wouldn't be looking after my leg like I do. If I was, if it's the same with everything. If you
yeah.
neglect something, you don't really take care of it, whatever it is, whatever it is. But if you are grateful for something, if you love something, if you look after it, it just works. It just works.
No, because I think that's a lovely key takeaway from what we were saying.
Mm.
Sod the whole age appropriate thing.
Oh,
Let's just say we're here now. I say I'm
yeah,
57. Let's
yeah,
celebrate that my wonderful
yeah,
body, through everything I've put it through, everything that I've had to
yeah,
thrust upon it, has got me here. Let's start celebrating it, nurturing it, loving it,
yeah,
so that it can have a six
yeah,
pack for 60, so that it can do all these
yeah.
things. We're
But
just
age is it's just a number.
Mm.
It's just a number. What difference? It doesn't affect you. It doesn't. It's just a number. It's like your shoe size.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't do anything about your
I always
shoe
say it doesn't
size.
matter what it says on your passport. It's how
No,
you feel and
no.
how you
Yeah.
behave and how you.
Yes.
Oh,
Think what you believe, how you behave. Yeah, you can do what you want.
yeah. Right. Well, a lot of
Anything is
people watching.
possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I say a lot of people watching. What they want to
Mm,
do is get in touch with you. Now, see that little
mm.
link there? Did you like that? Now, oh,
Nice.
hey,
Yes.
smooth.
Smooth.
Now, all your contact details are in the show notes for our episode,
Yes,
and you have your guest profile on the Midlife Unlimited podcast website. But can you please talk viewers through how they can put my teeth in? 'Cause I'm quite excited. I'll tell you why. They can connect with you, and you've got a rather fabulous offer as well for
I
Midlife
do.
Unlimited viewers and listeners. So over to you.
Thank you very much. So, I you can contact me on the social. So I'm on Instagram, Alexandra M. Johnson. You can also find me on LinkedIn. It's just my name. I have a website, so it's www dot the movement hacking project slash midlife, I think it is. But like you say, you'll put it in the show
Yeah, they're
notes.
all there. Yeah, because I think that was
Yeah.
the guide for the
Yes,
yeah for
so that I've got a workbook. It's called the
workbook.
movement map. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a movement map, and it will just get you thinking a little bit differently about how you move and what you've kind of noticed. And then, I'd love to offer everyone a 35% discount on a movement audit. And the movement audit is just a deeper look into what your body's doing, what's influencing it, what needs to change, and how we can use those or keep those changes long term.
No. Oh, that's
So
brilliant. And thank
it's,
you so much for doing
yeah,
that.
you are very
I
welcome.
look forward to hearing the results that come from it. So yeah, go and check out
Yeah,
all Alexandra's links as well. And you can find all my details. Links are below and on the website where you can find details of how you can work with me one to one. You can come and join more, MORE exclamation mark, my all-in-one award-winning coaching program. Doors are now open for October intake. Also, I mentioned the other day over the summer and so August and September, I've opened up places for one-to-ones, hot mestical clarity sessions. They go quick, so grab yours. And also watch this space on the website and just generally on all my socials for details of my first ever live in-person thing that's coming out. It's going to be intimate. It's not going to be big and shouty. It's going to be intimate and smooth. So watch this space for that. Alexandra, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure. And I'm so excited. Obviously, I keep saying Midlife Unlimited, the book is coming. You will be part of that as
mm,
well. So,
I'm super
look,
excited.
this is going to be a big read. Every coffee table globally will need this book. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah.
So, thank you for joining me. Here's to
Thank you for
being
having me.
my absolute pleasure. I'm sure I've forgotten something, but hey, if I have, I'll be back. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
subscribe, like, share, comment. That's what I meant to say. Press the button, buy me a coffee, all the usual. But just thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking time out of your day or evening or night. We're always here. Come back and watch it again. Thank you for joining me, Alexandra. It's been brilliant.
Thank
Here's
you for having
to
me.
being fabulous and flourishing together and living midlife unlimited. Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.